I just had a massive workout with my trainer. So I got crushed. Shannon killed me. She's probably on here laughing at me. So I apologize for sweating profusely. But
I love that.
I'm
going right after this, Chris. After this. 10-mile run.
How many?
10.
You're doing a 10-mile run?
Maybe 12.
Okay. Well, once you're done with that, you're going to have to change your shirt. And may I suggest that you go to foco.com/JOMBOY and pick up the best baseball gear for your favorite team in the second half. They've got T-shirts. They got cutoffs. They got sliders, if you like those. They got the great straw hats that we displayed the other day. Look what they did for my Indians lid, huh? And it actually made it all the way back home in my suitcase, too, and it looks A-okay. They've got sweatshirts as well. I know that we're in the middle of summer, but for you people, you got to start preparing for, September, and some of you October for your fandom. An awesome hooded sweatshirt as well. So once again, you go to foco.com/JOMBOY. Use the code word JOMBOY15 for 15% off your first order. Let them take care of you. Let them clothe you the rest of the summer and the early part of fall. They will take care of you. Got it?
Great job.
All right, man. So listen up. Second half, I know we're past the 81 game point, but we're going to call it the second half because we're not math majors here. There's only one game on the docket. It's Yankees. It's Red Sox. Yankees well back in the division, but they have a chance to make up some ground because 11 of their first 13 games coming out of the break are against the Red Sox and the Rays. What record do they have to have through those 11 games in order to still be in contention in the AL East, in your opinion?
11-0? I don't know, man. I was doing the math. You said we're not a math pod.
We are not.
I did some math this morning.
Okay.
I'm not saying there's no chance the Yankees can't come back and win the division. But look, they're in fourth place in this division. Here's the math that I did. The Red Sox have 71 games left in the season.
Okay.
So if they go 35-36, that's one game under 500. That gets them to 90 wins, 90-72. Now, I don't think the Red Sox are going to play sub-500 ball the rest of the year, but for this scenario, let's just say it.
Okay.
They played one game under 500. The Yankees would need to go 44-29 to catch them. That's 15 games over 500 just to catch them if they falter. So it's very much a long shot for them to go and win this division because they have to also jump the Rays, who are only one game behind the Red Sox or 1.5 games behind the Red Sox. So there's a lot of work to be done. They're better off maybe searching for that wild card and preparing for that. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it's pretty far away.
Okay. So you just threw way too many numbers at me, particularly since there's a lack of oxygen to my brain. For those of you that are just joining us on the show, people are asking, Rose, why are you sunburned? No, I just had a massive workout. I'm an old, out-of-shape guy, so that's why I look like I'm about to pass out. Let's keep it simple. They've got 11 games against the Red Sox and the Rays. 8 of those are against the Red Sox. They've got to go 6-2 against the Red Sox. They got to go 2-1 against the Rays. That's it. Let's not make it too much.
Yeah, at least.
Yes, at least. But if you do that against the Red Sox, you're picking up 4 games in the standings. That's a massive amount in a short span. Wouldn't you agree?
It is. It's very unlikely that's going to happen.
It's absolutely, because the other part of it is that when they're not playing the Red Sox on a given night, the Red Sox could win and the Yankees could lose. So all of that ground they made up gets lost over a night or two. So it's very difficult. I would be shocked if the Yankees won this division. But if you're a Yankee fan and you're looking at it from that standpoint, I think we're going to be talking about the Red Sox and the Rays battling it out the rest of the year, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. This is our first show because it was a travel day yesterday for the entire company. This is our first show since the All-Star game was played. Over those 2 days in Denver, who put their biggest stamp on the sport?
Besides our own BBD, Big Baby David, who came out of nowhere to just be a guy, it was without a doubt Pete Alonso. And I'll tell you why. Pete showed up, didn't make the All-Star team, but he's like, I am the home run derby champ, the defending champ. He just shows up, whacks some balls out of the park, gets the crowd going, and gets paid $1 million, Chris. He didn't have to do anything else. He didn't have to do any of the hoopla that all the other guys had to do. He got more of a break than everybody else. He got to go hang and chill out. He just went and took some BP, blasted some balls, made everyone cheer, had the fire going on around him, and he took home a bag, $1 million freaking dollars. Pete Alonso, I mean, that's the best couple days you can have as a baseball player right there.
Yeah, so I'm with you 1,000%. I had a feeling you were going that direction, so I'm going to go with two other guys. One was Vlad, who was the All-Star Game MVP, hit 2 rockets. I mean, he almost crushed Scherzer. I don't know which eye he was aiming for in his first at-bat, but he almost took his head off, and then I loved it that he came up and gave him a hug. And then he hit the home run that was just a mammoth shot there at Coors Field. And I loved it that he was doing a ton of interviews here. Let's remember, he is a young kid that doesn't have a full grasp of the English language. And that became a big sidebar to this All-Star Game, unfortunately, because somebody said something. Vlad is learning, and we're all learning with him, and we can see it. And that's a sign of growth for him, that he wants to challenge himself. And we've talked about this before on various shows about how difficult it is. You know, not everybody has the ability to grasp a different language. I've taken 3 foreign languages in my life, and I suck equally at all 3 of them. So I love to see him doing that. He knows that he has a chance to be the face of baseball, and I loved what he was doing. I just love that he's putting himself out there, and he's got a great personality. You can tell he loves the sport. The other guy was Freddie Peralta, just from a baseball standpoint, to come in and strike out the entire side. He got Garcia on 3 pitches. He got J.D. Martinez on 4. He got Olsen on he came back from a 2-0 count to strike him out. People slept on his first half. An amazing first half. Took a no-hitter into the 8th. Was the centerpiece of 2 one-hitters for the Brewers this year. Freddie Peralta is going to be a gem in that second half, too.
I love that. I love that you brought up the language barrier with Vlad. And we could thank Stephen A. Smith. We can thank him for being such an idiot. It brought even more eyeballs to the sport. People love Ohtani. The amount of backlash that he got, the amount of people coming and saying, Stephen A., shut up. Like, this guy's amazing for baseball was awesome. So, like I said, thanks, Steve, for being so dumb that you brought even more eyeballs to the sport that's beautiful and worldly.
Yeah. Let's move on. One All-Star who could be on the move is Joey Gallo. Joel Sherman in the New York Post reporting that both the Yankees and Padres are knocking on the door there. So by the end of the month, Joey Gallo will A, be a Yankee, B, be a Padre, C, remain in Texas, or D, end up elsewhere.
You know, this one's tough for me because I think everyone expects him to be traded, but he does have that extra year of control. So Texas doesn't have to deal him. Unless they get the right deal, they don't have to deal him. Like, he's a good player. He's going to be good next year. He could be good for them in the offseason if they decide to go that route. So they don't have to trade him. Like, they are going to.
Hold on. Let's start with this. Do you think he's a difference maker in a lineup?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Then they got to trade him.
But they don't have to. And here's why. He has the extra year of control. Like, unless they get the deal they want, they're not going to trade him. So
wait a second. Then you're killing yourself.
Why? They can trade him in the offseason, and they can trade him at the deadline next year as well. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're not going to trade. I'm saying they don't have to unless they get the right deal. And, like, if I'm looking at the teams that can give them the right deal, San Diego probably has the most prospect capital to deal out. So I don't think the Yankees can go get him unless they have someone that I don't know about, or they're willing to give up someone I don't know about. I think San Diego has prospect capital, but again, it's going to be up to the Rangers to decide, hey, is this enough for a guy that has a 400 OBP who, you know, is one of the faces of baseball, Gold Glover, like, the guy does everything.
He's a stud.
So, like I said, I think he is going to get traded, but they don't have to.
So your answer is C. He's going to stay in Texas.
I think if I had to give one answer, I think he goes to the Padres.
Yeah, I think it's the Padres also. By the way, my trainer Shannon just chimed in. You're not old or out of shape. You did awesome this morning. Thank you, Shannon. Appreciate you. Love you. You're great.
You're a nice person, Shannon.
She is. She's the best. She's the best. All right. All-Star Game moves to LA next year, and apparently the league is already working on uniforms. Yeah. I can't even get through this without laughing based on what we saw Tuesday night. They're already working on uniforms to put the American League and National League in. Are you okay with that they're going to have uniforms, or would you like to see them go back to the guys wearing their own unis?
I'm not like a super traditionalist. Like, it's okay to, like, make some progress or, like, try to, like, do something different.
That was not progress.
I didn't like the jerseys this year. Although the all blue ones I thought were okay. I wasn't
the guy said
mad
they felt
at
like the guy said they felt like they were wearing pajamas.
Yes, I mean, look, it wasn't great. Tim Anderson came out and said, like, look, how about the players have some input? I think I have a better idea. So MLB, go ahead and steal this. Not a big deal. Um, Wherever the All-Star game is, there are prominent artists all throughout these cities. Why not, like in LA next year, for instance? There's a guy named Blue the Great. There's a guy named Kai. These guys are both out of Los Angeles. Why don't we let some of the local artists come in, guys who like know how to make things look good, and make the jerseys?
Better yet,
Instead of, I don't know who the firm is that is doing it now. I would just say maybe let's look for something different.
well, so it had a big swoosh on it. I'm not going to have to tell you who it is, what company.
I guess that's right. I guess you're right.
But I saw something like that on the jersey. You're 1,000% right. I like where your head is, and let's take it a step further. Hey, MLB, listen to our show every day. We can solve a lot of your problems. Plouffe said, get a local artist. I love it. Let's make it 4 local artists. Then you have them design it. Then you put it to a fan vote. Why don't we do that? We could
do two local artists. One does American, one does nationally. I don't know how it would go,
exactly.
But look, there's a lot of things you can do. Blue the Great's my guy. I'm gonna be shouting his name. Maybe we'll get it done.
Okay. Yeah. You and I love it that you opened the door. That's good. Good thinking. Last thing. Maybe my favorite part of the entire All-Star game on Tuesday night was when Liam Hendriks took the mound, because we all heard what he said.
God damn it! God damn it! Fucking finish it!
Yeah, he said some bad words, little potty mouth, but that was typical Liam Hendriks. He had a microphone on. He had an IFB. That's an earpiece that they stick in your ear so that you can talk to the booth. He had no communication with Joe Buck and John Smoltz, so he thought he wasn't live with the mic either. And so he started doing his typical Liam Hendriks thing. Do you think that is he the perfect guy or the wrong guy to mic for an All-Star game?
Well, I happen to think he's the perfect guy. And not just because he cusses, but he's pretty funny. People love to hear the Australian accent. What they should do is maybe not go live with it. What is the NFL does the thing on HBO or whatever?
Inside the NFL?
Yeah, then you could have all the cussing you want. Maybe you make it a subscription thing. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Obviously, the networks don't love that stuff.
Right. So
he's good on it, man.
He's the best. He is hilarious. He was on the Rose rotation. People loved his stories. People have seen him interviewed elsewhere. He's great.
Send us the footage. We'll air it. We have no problem with it.
And by the way, if you hear the word fuck on TV these days, your kids don't spontaneously combust. If you don't like what you hear in front of your kids, you explain to them and you move on. I mean, this isn't like the 1950s anymore, people. I'm serious.
I tend to agree with you, although I know if my daughter was watching, she might be saying fuck for the next 4 or 5 days.
And guess what, bro? Deal with it. You know what that's called? Parenting. Sometimes you're not.
Hey, how quickly you've forgotten about this. You got the older kids now.
Yeah, exactly. You ought to hear the way we talk around here. Are you kidding me? It is amazing.
It's pretty funny. I personally loved it. I thought it was good. Again, more eyeballs to the game. It's not like it was those are competitive fucks. They're not F you, They're
exactly.
Not, they're different.
And by the way, if you don't like hearing it out of a guy, then don't mic him up. But I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. All right. What do you have coming up on JOMBOY Media?
Well, I had Sequence come out on Tuesday, and then we're not doing anything today. And tomorrow we'll have this big preview of the second half episode of Talking Baseball, which I'm very excited about. I want to talk to everybody about what happened in Denver and all the cool behind the scenes stuff. So I got that coming up. What about you?
Yeah, so we do have a special one-off edition of the Chris Rose rotation. It's very different. Because it was the All-Star break, I wanted to give all the players time off this week. They deserve it. They've been great throughout the first half of the year on the show. So what we did was, after the Home Run Derby with Jimmy and Jake and Ashlyn, we had a fantasy trade draft, and it's going to drop later today. So think of it as your fantasy baseball draft where you have to pick all the positions, but it's players we think are going to be traded, and it's different point values based on how good the players are and if you nail the team as well. So it's kind of a fun little different sort of thing. So there you go.
You didn't invite me to that. Where was I?
Actually, are we going to go down this path?
Oh, did I go out?
Yeah, that was the night you went out and saw all my people and did not tell me to come with you.
Oh yeah, sorry. I had to schmooze, man. You know that.
Dude, I schmoozed with the best of them. I wouldn't even have gotten in your game at all. I would have been on the other side of the room.
I was going to some cool places. I think there was an age limit.
That was fucked up. that
Was fucked up. I'm sorry.
Two other things. A lot of people are asking me what hat I'm wearing. I was wearing this during the lawn games the other day as well, and that's coming out on our JOMBOY Media YouTube channels. It's hilarious. It's so much fun. This is from Greg Dana of the Erie Seawolves. It's a AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. It is called the Copa de la Diversión Alternate Identity. So, you can go.
Say that again.
It is the Copa de la Diversión Alternate Identity hat.
It's actually not bad.
Thank you. I thought it was kind of smooth. So go click the link. We'll hit it for you. Go shop. Go support our minor league baseball teams out there. And while you're doing some shopping, don't forget about foco.com/JOMBOY. Use the code word JOMBOY15 to get 15% off your first order. You can go get T-shirts. You can go get sweatshirts. Go get whatever you need. Here's a cool sweatshirt that I'm going to be wearing to represent my tribe when they're making that October run. Got it. Okay.
Where are they going running? 5K?
They're going to go run with you for 10 miles, and I'm sure you won't invite me.
I'm going to send you my my stat sheet of the workout today, okay?
Are you one of those guys do you wear a watch?
No, I carry my phone on me. I have a runner's belt.
Oh, yeah, because you had your fanny pack on while we were in Denver.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a different one, but I have one.
You must look so cute while you're running with your fanny pack like this.
I don't know if cute's the right word. I think,
Do you stay in your little bougie development out there?
For this run, I'm going to get outside of it because my typical runs in here are like 6 miles, but I want to go longer today because I was a degenerate for 3 days in Denver.
All right, well, listen, I wish you luck. We're going to come back and we're going to do this again at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, where every team is in action tomorrow night. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Can't wait to get going with a second half. Have a great day, and don't forget to not invite me to any cool parties in the near future. Okay, bud?
All right, like tonight we have a barbecue. You want to come?
You're a little late.
All right, bye.
Bye.